Welcome to the Homestead. I'm Cindy.
I'm Brett.
This is Swafford Homestead. We thought we'd do a video about some of the questions that we've been getting on some of our previous videos. I think when you was plowing the gardens the other day, I made mention of, what was it? What we was planting in the gardens. Sugar cane.
We started sugarcane from seed so we could have more plants. No, I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out because there are seeds.
We'd never done it before either.
But the seeds was a lot cheaper for a pack of seeds than it was for a few cuttings. No offense to those that sells cuttings, I understand. We just couldn't afford it and we wanted to try it. So I bought a pack of seeds and I've got over 50 plants germinated now.
Yes, I'm starting to hide behind the greenery.
So, the first question was, did you say sugarcane? Yes.
Yes,
we said sugarcane.
Is there, where's the, we going?
The other one was, are you going to plant sugarcane? Yes, we are going to plant sugarcane and sorghum.
Are we going to plant them in the one behind Samantha's house?
I think we'll plant the sugarcane in that small garden, like you said, behind Samantha's. That's garden number 3.
It was in that tractor plowing video, wasn't it? Yeah.
That one was. I talked about it in a previous video. I made mention of it and showed these. If they watched to the end, they got to see the sugarcane, all of them. Not everybody watched to the end because they didn't know what I was talking about. You always watch to the end of the video. You never know what might be at the end.
You never know what we're going to say at the end either.
No.
And then you said sorghum?
We're going to plant sorghum in garden number 4.
That's the big one you was plowing and it was throwing you all over the plow?
That was the big one that got it to raining when I was trying to plow on.
No, honey, that wasn't rain. That was sleet.
Well, it got slick anyway. It got bad slick. I've never plowed sideways
Pulled him all over everywhere.
That's my first time plowing sideways.
Well, it's the first time I ever tried to video somebody plowing in the sneak.
But the old farm haul run really good. It never missed a beat. We spun and slipped and slid.
So the sugar cane's going to be in. I guess we got garden 3, the one behind Samantha's with the yipping
That's all I
dog.
know to keep up with it so everybody can understand because they don't know the layout of our garden necessarily. They don't know where Samantha lives.
Oh, so we're going to number the garden. I told y'all we was going to have to do that in that plowing video. He was going to have to come up with a technique on that.
I've been calling them 1, 2, 3, 4. Biggest
Wow.
garden has been 4. You haven't been watching my video.
I have too. I just don't pay attention to the number, I guess. I guess the big one here at the house is 1.
Our first one is number 1. That's the one we started out with.
And the little one's number 2.
That was the second one we made.
And then
Samantha's was the third one we made.
And then okay, they go in order of like the way you planted them. Okay.
In order the way we made them.
1, 2, and 3, 4. Yes, you're hearing correctly. He had said 4 gardens. 4.
Yeah.
I thought I was having enough trouble keeping up with 3 last year, but now he's decided we're going to have a 4th one.
I was excited at first when we came up. We actually was able to afford the land and got it finalized. And I said, well, we can put a 4th garden there. It struck me one morning as I was getting ready to go to work that I got 4 gardens to plow. I got 4 gardens to till, and I got 4 gardens to plant. Yeah, it scared me bad for a few seconds.
My thing is to get in the dirt right.
Well, we want
Trying to get them to have all the nutrition in it that it needs to grow. That's because you've done a lot of work on garden number 1 out here at the house, and you've put a lot of work into garden number 2. And we just started garden number 3, and now you're going in and throwing in on number 4.
This will be the 3rd season for number 3. This will
Yeah.
be the 3rd time we've grown something in it.
This will be the first season I have ever seen garden 4 ever been plowed.
I don't know. We've been here over 20 years, and I've never seen that spot plowed.
It's always just been a grassy spot.
It's always been grass.
So it ought to be interesting. What else we going to put out there besides the sorghum?
Well, we're probably going to put sweet potatoes and white potatoes.
I
In the big
wasn't
garden.
wrong
Number
again.
4.
That's what I was. I was wrong again. I was guessing that the other day on that plowing video. I was thinking we was putting sweet potatoes and white potatoes, but
Back to these.
these, they're green.
Back to the sugar cane. She's jumping subjects on me already.
Can't help it. That's the way I work.
You play on different roles already here.
Well, you just said
Somebody made the comment. I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but they was excited we was growing sugar cane and they would like to keep up with it. So this is sugar cane video number 1.
Oh.
We're going to keep up with it. We'll put the word sugar cane in all the videos about sugar cane. Every one of them has the word sugar cane in it. That way, if you type it in, it'll come up.
It almost looks like corn.
It looks a lot like it. I'm not entirely sure about sugarcane seed. This is my first round with it. Growing in Tennessee, it's not typical. It's really not a typical plant, or not a typical thing to grow here for harvest.
No,
But
the sorghum is.
Sorghum's a big thing here. Sorghum, for years here, was every field the Amish had some sorghum in it, or beside it one, half the field, or they hauled it with little carts. I go through there a lot on my job, and I get to see a lot of it. But sugarcane is a perennial, but it's a tropical plant, which means in Tennessee the ground's going to freeze sometime or another, and it will probably
Next
kill
week.
it. Yeah, for some reason February is going to be our colder month this year.
What's a perennial, whatever you just said?
Like I said, it grows back every year.
That's what perennial means?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He keeps saying that word and I have no idea what it meant.
You chop it down every year and it'll bud back out like your fig trees. They die every year. We cut them down, they grow back. This stuff will do that in zones 8 and 9, 10, warmer weather, but they say if it freezes, it'll kill the roots. I don't know.
Who knows around here? Like you said, next week is going to be the coldest week we've had in years.
But that's the reason why I went ahead and planted the seed early. It takes about a year for the stuff to grow. These has been growing since, early December?
Something like that.
They started out kind of slow, but they're starting to pick up pretty well.
Now, ain't this the stuff you told me it was going to look like a jungle in here before you put it in the ground out yonder?
Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to take off. These are the smaller plants.
Yeah.
I actually didn't pull the bigger plants over here because she could hide behind them, but
Yeah. These are the babies.
I told her it was going to look like the Amazon jungle in here by the time it got planting season, because we've got fig trees over, it's 2 foot tall, and we've got sugar cane that's
You got a fig on one of them.
14, 16 inches tall. We got 8 or 10 trays in the other room growing. Yeah, those figs already started.
There's figs on that fig tree.
It's a fig tree.
Yeah, but I didn't think they'd grow a fig in the little buckets we got them in.
That's true, we got the big buckets. We got to change them out this weekend.
I mean, we do.
But this will be the first video. We'll put sugarcane in the name of it, that way somebody can keep up with it, because I've got a few friends that wants to watch.
Oh, I tell you.
It's going to be a learning experience for all of us.
Oh, for sure, because it still looks like corn.
We're going to hopefully push it all the way to the end and squeeze the canes and make syrup. It's the final product. I'm not sure how this works.
That ought to be interesting to watch.
I'm not sure how this works with shed boards, though. We'll have to inquire. How do you weigh the harvest on this one?
I have no idea how you're going to even do anything with this one, other than watch it grow.
Well, shed boards, when you harvest it, you've got to weigh it, and we're part of shed boards. So, do you weigh the stalks, or do you weigh the sap, or do you weigh the syrup? Because you cook it away, if you weigh the syrup, it ain't gonna weigh near as much as the sap, and the sap ain't gonna weigh near as much as all the cane.
Yeah.
Inquiring minds.
Nothing like cocoa and sugar cane.
It'll be good this fall. We have our own sugar cane syrup.
Have I ever had sugar cane syrup?
You've had store-bought.
I have? Okay. I don't remember these things.
Cane syrup. You've bought it from the store.
Oh, okay.
People makes pies with it. They use K-Row or cane syrup, either one.
Mmm. K-roll syrup. Okay.
There was a bottle of some kind of syrup we used to get from our local store. It was mixed. It was sorghum, it was sugar cane, and some other sweet stuff together. It was dark like sorghum, but it was really sweet. Didn't have that almost bitter taste that sorghum does.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting, let's just say.
Very.
I know it'll grow. It's going to be hot enough in Tennessee for it to grow. How big it gets will be the question, because you never know what Tennessee weather's going to do.
Nope. It changes its mind more than a... I'll leave that alone.
I've had people mention it don't get that hot here, and the humidity's not as bad here as it what this needs, but they haven't visited Tennessee in a long time.
Last summer it got 110.
The heat index can get to, I've seen it 120 on our gauge. I've seen it over 100 here, so
Yeah.
it might not do it consistently, but the humidity's bad here. If you're wondering, humidity in Tennessee is rough.
Horrible. If you have
It's more
breathing
than
issues,
oppressive.
it's hard to get outside in the summertime here because the humidity is just so hard on you. But you know,
Previous years I've strung lights and worked in the garden at night because it was so bad.
I will say though, you know, you saying about 4 gardens and little, yes, 4 gardens, but at the moment we're doing 4 so we can make wider rows between each one, right? Please,
Spreading stuff out.
because
It's
the
not gonna look
tripping
like a
over
jungle.
everything and looking like we have a small jungle going on in the side of the yard.
It should help with these many times we have to plant, like succession planting. We don't have to. We've got more room now. We should be able to plant more at one time and not have to do so many succession plantings. We don't have to replant so many times, in other words,
Oh, good.
in order to get the harvest that we want.
So when we get tired of being on our knees, we don't have to go back on our knees again and plant some more plants when we're so exhausted from picking and planting.
It should cut down on, yes.
I talk like I really do that. He does more of the planting, I just do the picking.
But I planted tomatoes about 4 different rounds. We planted 4 or 5 rounds of potatoes last year. Some things we plant 3 rounds though. It's succession planting, you know, you start one, wait a month, start another one, wait a month, wait 2 weeks or... Now we've got room we can actually do like corn. We can do 6 rows of corn instead of 4 rows. Get all your corn at one time. That means you got more to put up.
That's okay, we like corn.
Yeah. Or we can plant 2 different kinds of corn because we've got a garden far enough away they won't cross-pollinate. You don't get something weird.
I like my sweet corn.
You liked the deal corn last year too.
It looked like the sweet corn.
But you can't grow them together. Or you'll wind up with some kind of
Weird corn.
weird corn.
I just like my corn. I like corn. My kids like corn. So
I'm not really sure what a hybrid and a open pollinated together would come out with. It might be interesting.
you may have 2 ears to a stalk. Or a 2-headed ear.
The bill corn don't put out but 1 or 2 ears per stalk, and Incredible puts out up to 5, which I've never seen, but you know, tell me what we get out of them too. But anyway, we're on rabbit trails again.
Oh, I stay on rabbit trails. We get our corn out. We get us some taters out, maters out, and yokery, and done got onions.
You got broccoli,
Get
and
some
cauliflower, and
carrots,
Brussels
broccoli,
sprouts,
and cauliflower.
cabbage, and
Brussels sprouts.
lettuce. You planted them.
You gave it to
You
me.
planted eggplants. I mean, all kinds of pepper. She don't know what she
He
planted.
gave me packs of seeds and I put them in dirt. I have no idea what I planted.
I hope somebody likes eggplant.
I do too, because somebody got wild with that.
You know, somebody got the seeds, and she put a lot of seeds per propagation hole. Somebody looks like grass.
It's growing so thick it looks like a carpet.
Yeah, like I said, I hope somebody likes all them.
Well, my fingers didn't pick up one little seed at a time.
But anyway, we're going to try to do a video every time we do something to this stuff.
Try.
You've seen it growing. You've seen it in the cups. Hopefully next time we do a video on sugarcane, it'll be going to the garden, out of the house before it gets like a jungle in here. Might be a little while. It's still cold here in Tennessee. Still too cold outside to plant anything.
We're talking about snow next week.
And we're talking about snow and temperatures down in the teens, possibly in down to could be getting to 8 or 10 degrees in some places here.
Single digit. Woohoo!
Usually does it in January, and we're usually done with that by February, but
Oh well. New excitement this year.
I guess Tennessee said watch this, huh?
What? Who knows? By the next video, we may be grandparents.
Should be, but
I don't know.
don't know.
Our daughter is due. Her due date was today.
She's due.
But our grandson hasn't been decided yet. It's time to come meet the rest of us. So we're hanging on to that one. I can't wait to welcome our grandson.
You can't wait to sit in the parking lot and wish her well from the parking lot. They won't let you in the hospital.
Only one support person. One support person. Seriously, one support person. I brought that woman in this world.
And her
It
husband
ain't
gets
fair
to
that her husband gets to stick around with her. No, it is sweet, but I mean, I really wished I could be there. But instead, I'm here watching sugar canes.
We don't have a hospital in our county anymore.
No, not at the moment.
It's 50-something miles to the hospital she's going to.
Yeah, something like
So
that.
sitting in the parking lot would not be it would be more like car camping.
But that's why I have a good expedition. It will hold a full-size bed. I know I've put one in it. Purchased it, but I still got it in there.
It's big enough you can sleep in the back.
It's big enough I put a queen-size bed in the back end of that thing. Wasn't easy, but I got in there. Bought my son a queen-size bed and put it in there. But that's off of sugar cane, isn't
You
it?
just have to. You're bad off the subject again.
I can't help it. I get off on stuff. I get off subject.
But to wrap this up,
Yes, wrap it up before I change the subject again.
stay tuned to our videos. If you're interested in the sugarcane, you should be able to go to the search on our page and type in sugarcane and see what we've done. Of course, this is going to be the first one, so there's nothing there yet, but
Oh, you took a picture of it the other day. You showed all of it the
it's
other
been
day.
in 2 or 3 videos, but like I said, some people don't watch to the end, so they did not see these plants. Because I said I'll show the plants at the end of the video, and one of them said, "Did you say sugarcane?" on that video, and made the comment, so somebody didn't see it. But anyway, stay tuned.
That's what's going on. Ugh. Bloop.
It's going home.
That's what's going on at the Swafford Homestead. Cocoa and sugarcane.
Y'all have a good week.